Welcome. I'm your host, Dustin.
And I'm your other host, Dustin.
Yes. This is our...
Yes.
Yes. This is, I want to say, our first official. We did the introduction one, but this, I want to say, is our first official episode we're doing together as partners. And it's going to be SCREAMBOX Essential Picks. Guess what number? 31.
69. Oh, damn it.
31. So this means we would...
Hell yeah, man.
This would be our 61 and 62 number films that we've covered on SCREAMBOX so far. So 62 in total, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because you do. It's about 2 per episode. Yeah.
Yes, 2 per episode, and I just did the 31 last week. God, I don't even know. Time flies, man.
Hell yeah.
But the films we're covering today, I'll say the one that I picked, and then Dustin will say the one that he picked. The one that I picked is GAGS the Clown.
Yeah, and I went ahead and I picked body parts.
Yes.
Not apartments. Fucking phone.
Body Apartments. We should just call it that from now on, man. Body Apartments. Screw it.
There you go. Body Apartments, yeah.
But these are obviously both on SCREAMBOX, and the whole point of this series, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time or just need a refresher on it, is that we just kind of go over them lightly, not a full dissection of the films, just explain why we think they're essential, why you should go watch them, and what we generally thought of them. We'll go over the synopsis, see if there's any ratings, and then kind of that's it, man.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with GAGS the Clown. Let me go through the synopsis. An unidentified man in Green Bay has captured worldwide attention for roaming the streets dressed as a clown. Many write it off as a harmless prank, others aren't so sure. When a group of friends cross paths with the clown everyone calls GAGS, his true intentions are revealed. Film is essentially found footage in a way. I think it breaks out of found footage at some point, I think.
They use found footage and they use CCTV cameras, so it's like it's a little weird to call it a found footage because it's not all their footage, but we get like different angles from like security cameras. So it's like somebody put this together at the end of the fucking event that happens in this movie.
Yeah, which it's super fun film. If you're afraid of clowns, probably don't watch this one, but watch it anyway.
I mean, to be honest, like there's like GAGS, he's only in it maybe
not that much at
minutes,
all. Yeah,
total of 10 minutes screen time, but when he's there, it's effective.
Oh,
it's very effective.
Very, very effective. It's a really fun movie. So I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I'll tell you what the tomato meter is and what the audience score is. Do you want to take a wild guess as what the tomato meter is for the critics?
This movie came out in 2022?
2019, it says.
2019? Okay. So it's had time to marinate. The tomato meter, I'm going to say it's got like a 54.
38, my friend.
What?
Yeah, but it only has 8 reviews, so I mean...
I was like, who the fuck is not reviewing this movie after watching it?
Everybody, apparently. And what do you think the audience score is?
74.
48. And it's got less than 50 reviews. So there's not that many people going on there, which is weird. And the reason why I'm saying it's weird is because Rotten Tomatoes now has that thing where you can get paid to write reviews. To be a critic,
really?
Essentially. Yeah, they just initiated it. Like a month or 2 ago, I think. See if there's any kind of other info, because sometimes they like to give us budgets. They don't. But the runtime is 1 hour and 29.
It was a breeze.
Yeah, it goes by real fast.
Yeah.
So It had a limited release in theaters on September 3rd, 2019, and then it went to streaming September 5th. Which anytime like we get like a pre 2020 like streaming thing, I always have to say it's Netflix and or Hulu. Since this was 2019, so it's probably on one of those two streaming platforms. But yeah, the premise of it is exactly what the synopsis is. You follow around essentially cops, kids, reporters, and it's just a big mystery. And then there's like one crazy guy who is like a veteran, but then we get revealed later on like what he really is.
The podcaster is my absolute favorite part of the whole movie because he's definitely that Tommy Toughnuts guy, you know, like,
oh yeah,
don't fuck with me or else I'll get, you know, old Bertha back here off the wall.
Yeah,
dude. And he goes AWOL at some point in the movie, man, and he ends up taking vigilante justice into his own hands.
Yep.
But there's a huge turn later on in the movie with that. So, but yeah, what I liked was how known GAGS was throughout the community because he's been terrorizing for X amount of, you know, months already.
Yeah.
And when the kids that are in this movie, they see like a trademark GAGS balloon, knowing that these balloons do shit to people, still go and touch it.
Yep. I mean,
man,
they wouldn't be kids if they didn't.
That's true. Yeah. But no, it's one of it definitely surprised me as being a, you know, a quote unquote found footage because of, like I said, the CCTV stuff. Very entertaining. The pace is there, man, from beginning to end. Like, you are enthralled with this movie.
Yep.
And it doesn't let up until the end, which is how I want found footage to be.
Yeah, and the ending is pretty crazy. You get like a really gnarly kill. That's God, really dude, cool.
So good.
It really was. You're watching it like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then, oh, that's what happens. Absolutely awesome.
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
Yeah. It's so cool, man.
It was good. It was good.
But yes.
Did you rate it on Letterboxd?
No, that's another thing I need to go on and do again. I need to get back on my Letterboxd. I do have one, and I was uploading all of like the ones I've covered for the SCREAMBOX essential picks, and I got to go back and start adding them back on there because Brandon Hill, the head of acquisitions over on SCREAMBOX, followed it.
Oh, yeah, now you have to.
Yeah.
What would you give it? Like, out of 5 stars?
Out of 5, probably 3.5. Maybe 4.
That's fair.
Maybe 4, but I think 3.5 is pretty good. It's definitely above average. Is it the best found footage film I've ever seen? Well, quote unquote found footage. No. Is it entertaining?
One of the better ones.
Oh, for sure. But I really liked how it is playing around with, you know, us here in the States had this huge clown craze of people going out dressing up as clowns and shit, and it kind of took that and just morphed it into GAGS the Clown.
Yeah. Yep. I give it a 4.
4?
Because this is one I can absolutely see myself revisiting. And the way I look at it, man, if you give it a 3 or above, it's a movie you'll recommend. You know what I mean? So that's how I gauge my Letterboxd is if it's a 3 and above, that's a movie I know, even if I didn't personally enjoy it, I know someone who might. You know, so but I gave this one a 4. It was very entertaining. The kills were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And again, like you just said, it kind of hit close to home with it being I don't say mocking what happened here in the States, but it imitated what happened here in the States very well. Yes,
it did. But yeah, that's pretty much us recommending and saying, yes, this is an essential. And another reason why it's an essential is because I think, is it still number 3 on SCREAMBOX? Top?
It popped. Let me look right now. It popped up.
It's like on like the most watched.
Yeah, like that's how I knew, because you told me about it, but it was after I turned SCREAMBOX on. Like we were in middle conversation, and I turned it on, and it came up with
Mhm.
the check out now, Gags the Clown. You're like, yeah, we're gonna talk about Gags the Clown. I'm like, oh, there
Yeah,
we
it's
go.
number 3. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing. Stop listening to
Right
this.
Right
Go
now,
check,
or
and then
else.
come back so you can hear what the second one is. But I'll let you go ahead and introduce the next one.
So I got to check out a South Korean movie that came out in 2023,
Yeah.
called Body Parts. I've stated many of places before right now that anthologies are my favorite type of horror movie because we get little flavors of different types of movies all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie does a really good job of tying each story together, literally in this movie.
Yeah.
With its bookends. So there's 5 different stories that we get told. But in between each 5 stories, there's something going on. There's like it's like a, I'm saying like a prayer service, or they're giving gifts to a higher power.
To get some sort of like something back to them to make them feel worthy, I guess.
But in each little segment of the movie, we see a piece of that person fall off, and that piece is relevant in the bookends.
Yeah.
So, which I think was the best way to tie in all of the stories to make it one big cohesive story, but getting 5 different little movies.
Yes.
With it being South Korean, it's gory. It's really gory, and it's also really scary. Like, I love foreign horror a lot because they know how to scare you. Like, that, it's not more like a shock factor. It's like, we're gonna scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And they did it in this, man. Like, there's one where I'm just gonna talk about one segment.
Go for it.
Not in detail, but there is this kid getting bullied by a bunch of other kids in this.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And he's like, I can see ghosts. They're like, you're full of shit. And he goes, well, I'm gonna help you see them too then. So he goes and gets all of his stuff. Did you see any of the ghosts that were in this short, dude?
Yeah. Like I said before this, I watched pretty much all this, but I dropped out maybe like 20 minutes before the ending of this. So yeah, I saw this part.
Yeah. There's that little girl. By little girl, I mean she's probably not a child. She's just little.
Yeah.
There's the guy with no eyes, but what got me was that fucking 7
foot really tall dude.
There's a part in this when he's chasing someone. He's walking down the hallway. He's like walking on the ceiling with his hands too. I'm like, that is terrifying.
I wonder if that guy was actually that tall.
I don't doubt it. I mean, but I will absolutely watch this movie again. I've already told like 4 people about this movie. I'm like, you guys need to watch it. SCREAMBOX fortunately hooked us up with a screener for this movie.
Oh yeah.
So we got to check it out a little bit in advance, but that was also kind of like when we were in our little lull. But we're talking about it now. So
oh yeah.
Did you by chance find it on Rotten Tomatoes? Body Apartments?
I did, but there's not really much on there. There's a lot more on IMDb.
And there's not even a lot on IMDb either.
There's no ratings. 0.
It's a 7.1 with 17 ratings on IMDb. But yeah, it was hard to find anything. I couldn't even find the synopsis for it, dude. Like, that's what I was Googling just a little bit ago.
Really the only information I have is that it's an hour and 44 minutes. That's it.
And that I'm not even gonna say it's a gripe because you feel the hour 44, but at the same time, you're watching 5 movies.
Yeah.
Like, you can pause. You can take breaks, but just know the main because all the stories are named too. Just know that they all do tie into the bookends. So if you're gonna go to the bathroom, pause it, dude, because you'll miss what ties in.
Dude, our pal, Old Man Brad, put a review on it on IMDb. Shout out, dude.
Read Brad's review.
Oh, this links to his podcast. But still.
What podcast?
It's Says his old man Brad, a horror podcast. He has a giant like thing on it, but I don't want to read all of it because it's pretty long.
Just read like the first 2 sentences.
All right. Oh my God, what the frick? Upstream, what? Oh my God. I am on IMDb and I'm clicking it and it's saying can't because no healthy upstream. What does that mean? What does that mean? No healthy upstream? Is IMDb crashing right now? Maybe?
No, I'm looking at it right now too.
It's loading.
User reviews.
Nope, no upstream. What the freak? I might have to like manually search for his. Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay. So it says, oh, it doesn't really.
Yeah, the one
I
found is from Cannibal Corpse Grinder. Is the one I found.
I'm gonna have to link this in the bio for everybody to go and listen to his review. It's a 13-minute review, that's pretty good. Yeah, he doesn't really list anything super important, really, but I will list that below for you guys to go listen to an actual review of it.
Okay.
I need to go back and finish it. I think
I'd recommend it. Start it over.
Yes, I'm gonna have to.
Baby.
Like, I think when I was watching it, I was really tired from the week that I had, and like I said, and Dustin said, we got a screener for it from SCREAMBOX. That's how I watched it. But I just went back on the SCREAMBOX, and it's currently number 6 on the entire site. So, I mean, that's saying something. Both of the movies we were covering today, people already know it's an essential watch. So, don't just listen to us. Listen to the people on the platform. You know what I mean? But I will rate, from what I saw of this film, it's probably going to change once I finish it, but it's going to land at like a 3 for me.
Okay.
Which is still above average. Go ahead and watch it. What about you?
Yeah. Oh, I gave it a 5.
Flat, complete 5.
Easy peasy 5, dude. I am very stingy with my 5 stars on Letterboxd, and I think there's only like 5 or 6 movies that have a 5-star, and this movie just joined that ranking.
Wow.
It was great. Like I said, I love anthologies are my favorite, so that was already an advantage it had. And then each story was so immersive. Like you felt really bad for what was happening because there are some people that deserved it, sure, honestly. Yeah. But there are some people like when the shit was happening to them, you're like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
But it's fucking cool. Like there's a part where this I would forget, it's not a Brillo pad, but what's the metal fucking grill cleaner? You know what I'm talking about? It's like it's like little springs. You clean flat tops with it.
Yeah.
This girl doesn't clean just a flat top. She cleans the top of her fucking hand with it.
Yeah, she's like,
and you watch all of it.
That's like the first installment, I think.
It's the first story. Yeah. No, because the first one was the.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But that was like the second one. It was early.
It was really early. And it sticks with you. And that's another thing that I personally love about foreign horror, especially, Korean or Asian horror films, is that they really go all out. You would not see something like that really made here in the States with how brutal it is, unless you're going to see like a Terrifier film. Like that's, I think, the closest I could really say this is like a Korean horror film. But yeah, go check out Body Parts.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, man. 5 stars.
62 films off of SCREAMBOX. What? It's insane.
And it's just going. It keeps growing. Like whenever we get those messages from Alex, it's like, yeah, these next 15 movies. I'm like, God damn. Okay.
It's like, please, now I have to go watch all of them and see which ones I want to include. Like, there's so many. This is so many.
I can't wait for the horror and the high desert stuff to come out.
That was on one of my essentials a couple episodes ago. The first one, I've never seen them. I know the first one's been out for a little bit, but
the second one, and I think they have up to 5 planned.
Yes, they do.
Something like that, yeah.
So good.
So I can't cannot wait for that. And of course, Terrifier 3, I can guarantee you is gonna be on SCREAMBOX.
Oh, it is. And this I gotta talk to you after. I have some insight.
All right.
But
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
But I'm very, very excited for everything that's going forward. This banter between us is so good. I love it. I don't want it to stop. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody listening.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to talk.
I don't know what to do with my hands
at all. I have no hands.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
It's all good. But yeah, this was SCREAMBOX Essential Picks number 31. Thank you so much for you guys being here. Dustin, thank you for being here as well as my new fucking co-host. That needs to be embedded into my brain.
Yes.
Just drill
Everyone's about to get a taste of this Dustin sandwich.
Yes, every week.
Take baby bites to enjoy it.
Most likely twice a week.
Oh. Hey.
Right. Content.
I love it.
All right.
I love that a lot.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in and being here for this new chapter. And it's going to be great. Catch everybody.
Yeah.
On the next one.
Later.